The number of domestic violence assaults in Maine is dropping, but officials say more work needs to be done.
And there were more than 3,400 incidents reported in 2020, which is down 6%. That's compared with 2019. However, the Maine Coalition to End Domestic Violence says calls with survivors were up 13% compared to the previous year. Advocates say there are still a lot of cases that go unreported, and they're encouraging people to speak up about it. Some are doing that through art.
A photo exhibit featuring survivors of domestic violence in Maine has grown into something bigger. 3 years after it was created, more than 40 women are now portrayed on 20,000 posters and bookmarks on display across the state. The nonprofit organization Finding Our Voices says putting a face on domestic abuse is helping to break the cycle and chip away at the stigma. News Center Maine's Vivian Lee has the story from Camden.
In this drama class at the Watershed School, a private high school, messages of strength and healing are on full display. From Governor Janet Mills to businesswomen, artists, teachers, and students, ages 18 to 81, all are survivors of domestic abuse. Freshman Aveline Fairhaden had a friend who struggled to get out of an abusive relationship.
This is a real thing, and it can happen to anybody.
I feel it's really important to get voice and to get awareness.
Cooper and Aveline helped put up the posters created by the nonprofit Finding Our Voices. Portraits and quotes of 43 Maine women are up in more than 140 high schools and vocational schools across the state.
They were under deep cover of shame a lot of times, misplaced shame, and a lot of times they'd never told anybody. And they're so grateful because they know they're not alone.
Patricia McLean is a photojournalist who started Finding Our Voices as a small photo exhibit 3 years ago. Some of the original portraits, along with other survivors, are on display at the Camden Public Library this month, including Sarah McLean, who runs a local shipping business. She says it was hard to come forward publicly at first, but speaking out is helping others trying to break the cycle of abuse.
The more people that know, the more people that would have my back. I needed to know that I was safe in my own community because clearly I was not feeling safe.
More than 1,600 Say Something posters are up in storefronts in more than 65 cities and towns. More than 20,000 bookmarks are in doctors' offices, libraries, and food pantries. All have domestic abuse helpline information, including a QR code that links to the Finding Our Voices website with resources and stories from other survivors. Now, earlier this month, Finding Our Voices posters went up in dressing rooms and employee break rooms in Goodwill retail stores, offices and warehouses in Maine, New Hampshire, and northern Vermont. And Patricia has also set her sights on getting posters up in every restaurant in Maine. And these powerful images have resulted in an increase in calls for help.
They're talking to their children and they're talking to their mothers or parents, and it's breaking the cycle. And they're also getting out.
And on the path to safer and more stable lives. In Camden, Vivian Lee, News Center, Maine.